Okay, my name is Uwe Pohl, and I'm actually a German national, but I've been living in Hungary now for almost 30 years. My main work I do in the School of English and American Studies, in the Department of English Language Pedagogy. So we teach BA, MA, PhD level. I would say I'm mainly a teacher trainer. That's my vocation, and I love my work. I have many links to international students, in particular Stipendium Hungaricum students, in part because of the fact that Helvetica is international now. So basically we have such students in all our classes. Apart from that, we have an international MA in English instruction, and the majority of our international students are Stipendium Hungaricum holders. And we're very happy that we have that opportunity, because it makes our work much more interesting, our life much richer. And as an international myself, I love the atmosphere that you get when you work interculturally. Well, what attracts these international students to become Stipendium Hungaricum holders, and actually also to study here, I think it's a number of things. Budapest is very attractive, let's face it, and this university has a very good reputation. My personal add-on would also be that in the past, I would say 10 years, ELTE has made enormous strides to really be a welcoming university, to have the infrastructure, to have the care, to have the admin, to really not just have these students, but look after them. Well, working with Stipendium Hungaricum holders has many benefits for me personally and professionally. I do teach intercultural communication, so I always learn from these students. It's always it takes two to tango to make a class really good, a lecture really good. But also I run workshops with a colleague specifically to do with cultural transitioning. So I meet a lot of these people regularly, 3 times a term. And it's very touching to understand where they're from, to hear their stories. I think what it's done is that, on the one hand, this university feels like a global place, and most universities I know internationally always had that feel. And I think it's in Hungary, and certainly Helvetica has now acquired this, just the way when you walk around and you look at people, it feels like being in London or in New York. And I think that kind of diversity is very healthy. It just keeps us on our toes, particularly in Hungary, about the fact that this is where we are. This is the 21st century, and people mix and match and like to meet other people and work in different places. I think the students too are more and more appreciating this. I think nobody likes monocultures, and so our classes are much more vibrant, much more interesting, I think, to Hungarian students. And so I think overall both staff and students have come to take this as normal, which is nice. To anyone who's thinking about coming to Helvetica and to Budapest, I can only say, do come. You will find a real interest in international students. You will find a reaching out, not just sort of waiting for them to come to you with a problem, but there's a caring structure now that operates not just from the point of view of the administration of international students, but from the Department of International Affairs to a specific help program that I'm also involved in, which really is there to make sure that you feel safe, you feel heard, and you feel that the time that you can spend here with us is a really good learning experience. So don't hesitate.